You can usually find Sylvia Williams out in her garden. If she's not there, check the potting shed, which she and husband Stephen built when they moved to land in Bertram. For Stephen, it's been a complete change of pace.
Well, it was Sylvia's idea. I'm the city boy. Dallas, Chicago, Houston, Austin for 20 years. And we got married, and Sylvia said she wanted a home in the country. I figured she meant a house with a yard.
It was something that was going to just be our weekend home and a place to get away. And that was how it began. We bought it in '98, and then in '99, Stephen suggested selling our home in Austin and moving to the country, out to our place. And I said, oh, I was ecstatic.
After building the potting shed, Sylvia didn't waste time getting down to work on the garden.
The area that the potting shed and garden sits on was a mesquite field.
With no formal training, but with a natural eye for design, Sylvia could see it as a series of distinct areas. To enclose it from the surrounding fields as a separate destination, she planted hedges. Then they built walkways and beds. She identifies each area and its personality through structure, plants, furniture, and accents. Sylvia mixes a variety of plants, but all of them must be tough enough to handle the weather without much supplemental water. Although she's the head designer and gardener, she has a more than able and willing assistant.
But I was mostly kind of the go and fetch guy and build the sidewalks, and when we would go find benches and things, we put them in the trailer and unload them and take them into the garden and put them there, and many of them have never moved since then from that spot.
Stephen did put in a designing hand when Sylvia proposed a potting shed.
I didn't have a clue what a potting shed was. I thought it was maybe like the pump house over here. Maybe you put tools in it or whatever, but we talked about it, and she designed the layout, and then her son actually framed it and poured the concrete slab, and then we hired a local rock mason to do the rock work in the roof.
We wanted the potting shed to look old. That's what I wanted to create in the shed. I wanted it to look old, and so originally I wanted it to be barnwood on the outside, and Stephen wanted it to be rock, and so we had a little disagreement about that. But then he won, and so it's beautiful. It just ties in with the rest of the property.
She did get her wood inside from a farmer who was tearing down his ancient barn. Sylvia also found old windows and doors.
I put vines on it so that it looks very established and looks old, and people think it's been there a long time.
It doubles as Sylvia's potting shed and Stephen's workshop. Even in its practicality, Sylvia wanted the interior to be as charming as the exterior. It's held many a granddaughter's tea party, along with cocktail parties and dinners. A lot of the time, it's just a place to hang out.
I go out there and a lot of days and spend just hours, just piddling or reading, and of course the birds are singing, and when you open up the windows, and it's just a wonderful little retreat for me.
Since Sylvia became a master gardener with the Highland Lakes Master Gardener Association, she often invites them or newcomers to visit.
a lot of people moving to the Burnett County area have moved from the north, and they don't know what to grow in Texas.
But her garden is more than only sharing what she's learned about plants since moving to Birchland.
As you walk in and start going through it, it's almost like you are another place altogether. I think it's because it's so much of it, it's just almost like a different world. And even though it's only 80, 90 feet from the house.